at one stage of my life. I was like for probably about 2 years, and then 2 years, and then a period before that and after that as well. It's like, I mean, even now, I don't know if I would say I'm happy, but I'm not unhappy, so that's a good thing. But yeah, like it was getting like, it's the like a crushing feeling in your chest sometimes, and like I remember some days like I'd just like wake up and wouldn't want to get up, and then I would get up at like 2 in the afternoon, and I'd like just like be crying for no reason and shit, and I didn't know why, and I just knew that I wasn't happy at the time. But I actually music helped me so much. I used to like walk to and from work, and I had this band, Giant at the time, changed their name to Brave Young. I was smashing them and like was able to really relate to their music. And after a period or so, I just remember like I was really upset and like breaking into tears and stuff for no reason. And I just said, nah, I'm going to do something about this. And I just couldn't bear the thought of like living like that anymore. And I just like basically put my foot down and took a stand, and I was like, you know, it's my way of life. Like, got to exercise, diet properly, take care of myself, set myself some goals, talk to people about it, and that's exactly what I did. And yeah, it's been working really well. Everybody wants a piece of me. Cut me up and taste my misery.
Touching what Sean just said about setting goals, I think it's important, like when you're feeling like it's just too overwhelming, just set little goals like every day. Just like a big goal for someone who's depressed is even getting out of bed, like Sean said. So if you can set a goal of getting out of bed before noon and you achieve that goal, that's something that you've done for the day. Just setting small little goals that you can tick off and just slowly increasing that until you feel better. Like, I just think it's such an overwhelming feeling. And also, having not experienced mental health issues too much myself, but seeing it with a lot of friends around me, it's easier said than done to do that kind of stuff. But if you just set small little steps and to achieve, then it's just setting yourself up for like a better life.
So I'm kind of in the same boat as Louisa. I've never personally really experienced mental illness. I've been very sad, but from witnessing people in my family and some of my best friends go through what I would call probably mental illness, I wouldn't even compare the two. But I've been pretty surrounded by it, especially over the last 5 years. My sister developed depression, and it absolutely shook our family. Coming from a different side of growing up with someone my whole life, and then finding out that they didn't want to live anymore, and that they took active steps to stop living. And it's still shaken me a lot. But she is my absolute idol. Personally, she wanted to live. She didn't want to leave. She decided that she didn't, and she called out for help. And that was the smartest move she could have done. It was the bravest move. And the second she did that, we tried for 5 years to help her in any way we could. We tried pretty much everything, and I'm so stoked to say that 4 or 5 months ago, she beat mental illness. She beat depression. And that's why she's my idol. She wanted help. She was smart enough to see that she needed it, and she wasn't afraid to ask for it. And that's the most important thing, because we realized what was going on. Otherwise, we don't know. A lot of the time when we're sad, we just hope someone will see that and just be like, that person's upset, we need to help them. But people can't read minds. That's the most important thing. Everyone needs to realize people can't read minds, and that you have to ask. And when she asked, we helped. As Nick was touching on before as well, I got a call from Nick, and he asked for help, and I thought that was the bravest thing he could have done. And I can't tell you the joy that I felt when he asked for help, because I know how hard it is, as we're talking about with men as well, asking for help. I know I really struggle with asking for help myself, but when someone does, when they need it, it's the strongest and most brave thing I think anyone could do. And I even dated someone for a year that suffered from depression as well, and that was like seeing that is really horrible, and you just want to do everything in your power to help. And I know that almost anyone I associate with would drop whatever they're doing to help someone in need, and that's why you really have to be honest and open and ask for that help. And people will help you. I promise you that people will help.